Yeah, force of football. Force your football. Is that it? Force of football. Yeah, that's what our expression calls it. But Tottenham football, people, it's terrible. Tottenham football is really, really, really terrible. So yesterday, Tottenham Hotspurs were playing against Bournemouth at the Bournemouth home ground. I'm not sure what is the name of the ground. Yeah, somebody reminds me. And Tottenham are playing terrible football. Let's get into the video. So hello guys, welcome back to another video. Yesterday, Tottenham Hotspurs won by 3 goals to 2 against Bournemouth, and it was Bentancur who got the winner, the one who transformed everything for Tottenham Hotspurs. One thing that I have with Tottenham Hotspurs is this: they play boring football. They play one of the most unattractive football in the Premier League, and they play so boring football that to a point that they were losing at 75 minutes of the game by 2 goals to 0. 75 minutes of the game, they were losing. It was only after, Bentancur, Son, and Kane actually raised to the occasion. But one thing that I want to at least try to make clear to the people who are watching this game and who are enjoying this football: why is that Antonio Conte's team wants to start playing football after so losing? Why can't they just do it from the beginning rather than to wait until you lose and start trying to come back into the game? They did the same thing against Sporting, and they drew 1-1, and they did it again against Bournemouth, and they managed to come back. But this is not gonna work all the times, because you won't have another Bentancur to save your game again like he did against Sporting, because the type of football that they're playing is really, really, really boring. One thing that I have to say, mentality of the Tottenham Hotspurs players, it's questionable. I don't know if it is the same mentality that we are seeing from Antonio Conte, the boss, but it is really, really questionable, because they are not playing to the level that a lot of people expect Tottenham Hotspurs to be playing. They are not showing up in occasions where they are expected to do, and it's really, really boring to watch that type of football. Yesterday, Bournemouth almost made an amazing win. They almost got it. It was very, very close. They just lost the concentration. If it wasn't that they lost the concentration and they stopped attacking Tottenham Hotspurs, that's one thing that people have to understand. If Bournemouth continued with the same attack that they started with, Tottenham Hotspurs would have been in trouble. But they stopped attacking, and they thought that they could defend the 2 goals, and that's where they lost the game. So, in other words, for Tottenham Hotspurs to win, both Sporting and Bournemouth had to change their game plan. It means if they kept on with their first game plan, they were going to humiliate and embarrass Tottenham Hotspurs. And now you start to wonder, as a football fan, you start to wonder as a Tottenham fan, where can you go with this? Because every Tottenham Hotspurs fan that I've heard for such a long time, all the things that are saying are the same. They want to win a trophy. They don't care if it's the Carabao Cup, they don't care if it's the FA Cup or anything. They just want to win the trophy. Yes, they're still in the Champions League. They can still go far with it. But where do they go with this type of football that they're playing? Where exactly can they go with this force of football that they're playing? And people have to at least try to be normal with it and accept it, because the type of game that they play, it's boring, and it is really producing no results. That's the worst part. At least play boring football that produces results. If you don't do that, then you're wasting your time. If it wasn't for Kulusevski, Tottenham Hotspurs wouldn't be where they are right now in the top 3. Now the person is injured. Richard Alisson is not there as well. And we are seeing them day by day, moment by moment, deteriorating and becoming a nobody of a club. And when you ask the manager is either blaming the officials or maybe blaming the owners for not backing him enough the way he wanted in the transfer window. So you wonder exactly, where do you go as a team when there's so much blame game that is going around? They're passing it to this guy, they're passing it to this one. It's never their fault. That's one thing that I have a problem with Tottenham Hotspur, especially with Antonio Conte. It's never their fault. It's never his fault. It's the fault of the owners for not backing him. It's the fault of the referees for not doing good decision refereeing. It's never their fault. And where do you go? What can you achieve as a team if you do that in football? What exactly are you expecting to get at the end of the game? You will have to ask these questions if you're a Tottenham Hotspurs fan. You need to find the answers. What exactly is the outcome? What exactly does the manager wants you as a club to achieve? Can really Antonio Conte be the man? Because I'm hearing Conte out because people are complaining of the Foster football is playing. Where exactly are they going? What exactly are they going to achieve? These are the questions that, when you want to be honest, when you come straight to your mind, you have to ask yourself as a Tottenham Hotspurs fan. I heard that at halftime, the Tottenham Hotspurs fans were booing the team again for the second time. They did that again against Sporting. They were booing the team. How far does this even go? Is Antonio Conte not the man for the job now? Because we heard that this guy was one of the best. What is really happening? I don't know. Well, next week they're playing with one of the worst teams as well in the league in Liverpool. Maybe they can get something on a bigger club and maybe have that confidence to say that they've actually achieved something. But if they are going to allow Liverpool to score first and they think that they can start playing football to come back into the game, well, I have another story to tell next week then. I will have another story to tell. So let me hear your thoughts in the comment section, people. If you check on this side, you're gonna hear me talking about how the mentality of Chelsea was wrong going into the game against Brighton. And on this side, check out some big match reviews, preview. We'll be back again with those, especially during the week with the Champions League. I'm out. Be blessed.